Hello everyone, welcome to the video. In this video, I'm going to explain how businesses can improve the conversion rates of their lead magnets using conversational marketing. So the intent of a business to deliver a lead magnet is to get new leads and nurture them. So businesses create a lot of lead magnets and deliver them, and the intention is that the the recipient will consume the lead magnet and he will learn more about the product or the service that the business is offering, and the recipient can be nurtured through emails over time, and then he can be pitched an offer and asked to take a certain action. It could be signing up for a webinar, it could be buying a product or a service. The problem is that the once the lead the so first, the lead magnet is generally delivered through a landing page, and on the landing page the recipient will provide his email ID, and then the lead magnet is delivered either on the landing page or over email, and then the business intends to send further emails to nurture the recipient. The problem is that the email open rate is very low. Emails often land up in the promotions tab, or they don't get opened because the recipient might be getting a lot of other emails. So because of this low open rate, the because of this low open rate, the lead magnets gets delivered, but the intention to nurture the audience does not get fulfilled. And so in this video, I will discuss a method that can improve the conversion rate of lead magnets, and businesses can implement this method uh, in 2 to 3 days and see better conversion rates. So, so let me share my screen and start the video, and share how we can do this, and I'll explain everything in a step-by-step fashion. So, and before I start, I would also like to introduce myself. So, so I have a master's degree in mechanical engineering from University of Illinois, Urbana-Champaign, and I also have 4 years of corporate experience. I have most of this experience has been in ExxonMobil, which is an oil and gas company. So I have worked with businesses all over the world while working for ExxonMobil. And after working for ExxonMobil, I switched my career to the area of digital marketing, and I have 2 years of experience doing Facebook ads for businesses. I've worked with more than 30 clients, and for some of the clients, I have generated revenues of more than $80,000 in a year. And because of my engineering background and my interest in marketing, I am interested in implementing automated systems for businesses and help them with their marketing. So let's begin the this. Let me start talking about the method to get 2x conversion rate, and yeah, just a moment. So I have been learning chatbots from Natasha Takahashi, and she she implemented this method for one of her clients and took the conversion rate from 3% all the way to 9% using Facebook Messenger. So let's learn this. Let's discuss this method step by step. So a lead magnet. So the first step is to decide on a piece of content. A business might be having several lead magnets. It might be publishing several pieces of content to attract leads. So it has to decide on one piece of content to get started. And ideally, this piece of content should be broken down into steps. So, so here is an example. So I'll explain everything through an example. So let us suppose there is a finance coach who wants people to sign up for his webinar, and the lead magnet is And the lead magnet is the 4 stats to look at when picking up a stock. So this is the lead magnet, and so this is already broken down into steps. So so the idea is to deliver a chunk of information conversationally, and once you have delivered the information, you can ask that, are you able to follow? Does that make sense? And then the user clicks on a button and moves forward. So uh, the that's how we deliver the content conversationally, and in several steps. And uh, at every step, the user engages with the content and learns. And this content should be something that has already proven to appeal to the audience. And this content could be in any format. So this content could be in the form of a PDF, it could be in the form of a blog, it could be a long form email. So we could basically, any piece of content can be turned into a conversational flow and delivered. It could also be the transcript of a video which can be delivered. So Facebook Messenger, through which we will deliver this content, is a media rich platform, and we can deliver GIFs, we can deliver images, we can deliver short videos through Facebook Messenger. And the second step is to get people to opt in to this content. So if they are using Instagram DM for delivery of the lead magnet, then these are the different ways through which we can get people to opt in. But it is important that we only have one or two opt-in points, and not like several opt-in points, because that will not provide a good user experience. We want to provide a good user experience and deliver this lead magnet. So so if the business has a lot of followers on Instagram, then they can create a post and ask people to comment. And once people comment, the automation can be triggered and the lead magnet can be delivered in an automated fashion. We can deliver the lead magnet through reels, so people can comment on the reel and the lead magnet is delivered. We can ask people to reply to the stories with a particular keyword and deliver the lead magnet. The business can ask people to mention them in their stories, and then get the automation triggered. And the last step is, if the organic engagement is low, then the lead magnet can also be delivered using ads. And next is how to deliver this using Facebook Messenger. So again, we can deliver this using post comments and using ads. And the lead magnet can also do, if the business has a website, then it can also be delivered through website. We can have a pop-up. We can create a bar on the website to which into which people can opt in. We can have a widget on the website, but not all of them. Have only one of them and deliver the lead magnet. And we can also create a box in the website and deliver the lead magnet. And lastly, if the business has an engaged email list, then we can create a button in the email and deliver the lead magnet. So there are several ways to deliver this lead magnet, but like I said, we should utilize the entry point which has the most traffic, and utilize only one or two traffic points to deliver this lead magnet. And so let's move ahead. So that was step 2, and now let's look at step 3. So once people opt in, we have to create an opt-in message. The opt-in message is the most important message, because this is the entry point and you want people to go past this entry point and get on to the content which you want to deliver. So let me go through this. Let me read through this. So you can have an image in the opt-in message. You can have it or you cannot have it. And it is important that you tell the user that the conversation is automated and it's not a real human being, so that they don't feel like they don't feel cheated. They should know that it is an automated conversation. So that's very important. So let me read through this. So like here it is like, hi Harshit, it's Warren. Well, obviously it's not me live. I'm likely reading a financial report or looking at my investment portfolio. So this says that there is not a real human being in this conversation. And then it says, would you like to know the 4 stats I look at when buying a stock? And then user can click this button and this conversation will move forward. So yeah, so this was the first message which users got when they opted in. And once people click on this button, we can ask 1 or 2 questions which engages the user. Like the question could be, how long have you been investing in the stock market? And what do you want to learn? Why do you want to invest in the stock market? So these could be the 2 questions which are asked before the delivery of the lead magnet. So these questions engage the user. We can build a relationship with the user through these questions, and he feels more comfortable going forward when he answers these kind of questions. So and these also create a curiosity and interest in the user and incentivize the user to start to continue the interaction. So he reads this, he answers a few questions, and then he is primed to read the content further. So let me move ahead. And now the fun part begins, and that is to turn the content into a conversational funnel. So, and before you start delivering the content, it is very important to set the expectations. You can have a message that you can learn these 4 stats in 5 minutes, so or in 3 minutes, so that the user knows how long it will take for him to consume the content. Because people these days are highly distracted and they want to know beforehand how much time it will take for them to consume the content. So you could have a number or you could have a message like this is like how many messages are there, and you can also, like I said, tell about the number of minutes it would take to consume the content. So here is the piece of content. So the first thing I look at is debt to equity ratio, and then it explains that if the ratio is more than 0.35, then I generally do not invest. So I hope you would be using the simple filter when picking up stocks. When picking up stocks, would you like to learn more? So would you like to learn more is a question which is asking for the user to respond. So you deliver content and then you ask the user to respond and then move ahead. If you keep delivering the content without engaging the user, then the user will most likely stop reading. So you have to keep the user engaged as you deliver this content. So would you like to learn more? And then the button is absolutely. So the user clicks on this button and then this conversation moves forward. So and have 4 to 8 back and forth interactions. And very important thing is to have follow-up messages for people dropping off. So if the user does not click on this button, then we can build this flow such that we can ask the user that, hey, you were you were interested in learning about how to invest in the stock market, but I think you got busy. Would you like to continue? And then he can click yes, and then he can be taken back into this conversational flow. So this way, uh, the retention rate can be increased. So if the users drop off, you nudge them after 3 to 4 minutes and get them back into the conversation and improve the retention rate. And the aim should be to have a retention rate of 60 to 95%. So, people could be dropping off due to several reasons. It could be maybe the chatbot copy is not well written, or maybe the content itself is not engaging enough. So the retention rate initially might be low, but then it is very important that this conversational flow is iterated. If the users are dropping at a certain point, Then you iterate and you test and you improve the retention rate. So in this example, like 39 people entered the flow and 97.4% people opened and 70% people clicked. So you get, so the good thing about this platform is that you know how many people are opening and clicking your content, and if this click-through rate is lower than 60%, then definitely you should test out variations of the message or a variation of the entire flow to improve your retention rate. And also, the retention rate might be low in the initial messages, but as users engage with more and more messages and they get immersed more and more in the content, they engage more and more with the content, the retention rate starts to improve. So it is important to have the uh, the testing done in the initial messages, so the retention rate can be improved. So these are the few points. So uh, 4 to 8 back and forth interactions, follow-up messages, and the aim should be to have a 60 to 95% retention rate. And then once the user has consumed the content, it is important to follow up further through 3 to 7 follow-up messages. So once the user has uh, learned, consumed the content and learned and got this information, it is important to follow up. And in the follow-up messages, we can place links to other pieces of content. It could be blog posts, it could be videos, which we could deliver to the user to further provide value and further build a relationship with the user. So, so the more value we provide, the more engagement we create, the better there are chances that we can get the user to convert. So first deliver your lead magnet, then follow up with more messages and provide more value to the user. And then and only then should the business pitch the offer. So the pitch could be for a webinar, it could be for a service. Uh, so that's the idea. So deliver the content, deliver more value through links to videos or blogs, and then pitch the offer. The pitch should not be in the first follow-up. So never, that's a very bad strategy to immediately pitch. So keep building value, keep providing value, keep building trust, and only pitch the then only pitch the offer. So the user has already gotten value. So psychologically, he's primed to take the offer, and that is when the offer is pitched. So that was step 5. And next is the 6th step, and that is to keep iterating. So, so you can design the entire flow, but you can only improve this entire conversational flow when you actually have the data of the traffic that is moving through the system. You know where people are dropping off, and you can test that part of the flow, like I said earlier, and keep improving your flow. So you can so the good thing is that we can do this kind of testing, that we can send half the traffic to one message and half the traffic to another message, and we can also vary this percentage. So suppose people are dropping off on this message, then we can create a variation of it and test out the click-through rate. And like if the click-through rate suppose is 50% and the click-through rate of this message is 60%, then we can turn down this percentage and increase this percentage, and then start diverting the entire traffic to this message. So that's how we test. As the traffic flows through the system, we test out different messages, different variations, and keep improving the flow. So this is very important. Through these iterations, we can greatly improve the retention rate and greatly improve the conversion of the lead magnet. So let me summarize the entire system. So the first step is to decide what content you want to deliver. Ideally, it should be broken down into steps, and it should be a content that has proven to appeal to the audience already. So it might be that the content is being delivered through email, and you have better conversion rates compared to other pieces of content. So that's the content that should go into the conversational flow. The second step is to get people to opt in to this flow, and there are several entry points through which people can opt in. And then there is the first message, the opt-in message, and you deliver one or two more messages after the opt-in message, and then start delivering the content conversationally uh, through 4 to 8 back and forth interactions, with each interaction providing value. And once this content has been delivered, the next step is to follow up through 3 to 7 more messages which provide more value and further build trust. And then finally, the offer is pitched in the last step. And you have to iterate through this entire flow to get to improve the conversion rate. So that was the entire system to deliver a lead magnet conversationally and improve conversion rates. So if you want to learn more about uh, if you have any questions, or you want to learn more about how you can implement the system for your business, then you can chat with me. I have placed the link in the description below. You can book a call with me, and we can connect and talk about what your business, what you're trying to do in your business, uh, uh, and why and how and why and how you can improve the conversion rates of your lead magnets. So I hope you learned something from the video, and thank you. Uh, and yeah, thank you for your time.